Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to talk about Linux server patching, why it is important and how to do it. Here are some Linux server patching overviews. What is the Linux server patching? Linux server patching means applying security updates, bug fix and performance improvement to the operating system and install packages. How regular patching helps into the production environment. They fix security vulnerabilities, keep servers stable, meet security and compliance requirements. With these regular patching, we help us to fix the security vulnerabilities, keep server stable and up to date, and meet security and compliance requirement as per the production environment. Why patching is important? Patching Linux server is not just about updates. It is essential for security, compliance, and performance. Even one unpatched server can allow attackers to enter your production environment. You can see that why patching is more important. As you are aware that when you are working into the production environment, the compliance team give us the vulnerabilities document. In that vulnerability document, we have seen number of packages that is outdated or not mitigate that service versions as per the OS perspectives. Means that packages versions are outdated or as per the your production environment that package not meet or fulfill as per the OS requirement. How Linux server patching works? The patching process depends on the Linux distribution, but the overall steps are similar. When you are doing patching to the Linux distribution or Linux servers, the steps are similar. For Red Hat or CentOS system, you knows very well most of the production environment, the vendor prefer Red Hat Enterprise Linux. Why? Because it's more stable and it gets regular update from the Red Hat. The administrator check for available updates, apply the updates and reboot the servers if the kernel updates are installed. What are the key steps before and after patching? Before patching, always take a backup of that server. Verify critical applications and dependencies. After that, review change logs for security impact. These are the key steps when you perform the update activity. So, before and after patching, you have to follow that key step. During patching, performance updates during maintenance window. Means you have to schedule your maintenance window to perform the Linux server update. After patching, yeah, after patching, reboot is required. Verify services and applications are running smoothly or any kind of application getting failed. After that, you can document all these changes and share with each other. Best practices for Linux servers patching is to reduce risk and avoid downtimes. Follow the best practice. Always backup before patching. Test patches in a staging environment. Means what are the best practice when you perform for Linux server update is always take a backup before patching. Test those packages into the staging environment, means that is non-production environment. Automate patching whenever possible. You can do automate patching updates if it is possible. If it is not possible, you can take always backup and run update command manually. The more important thing is inform stakeholders about that downtime, because when our patching is finished, after that we have to reboot our Linux machine. For that we require downtime. To avoid any critical changes or to avoid any critical application losses, for that, before reboot the server, you have to inform respective stakeholder about that downtime. Maintain rollback and recovery options. Why? Because suppose you your updates getting failed. To avoid more downtime of that application or database server, for that we maintain a rollback and recovery option plan. After that, we track patch history and do the documentation. Linux server automation. Automation helps keep server updated with minimal and manual efforts. Common automation tool includes cron job for schedule update, configure management tools like Ansible, Puppet, or Chef. Automate workflows using apt, yum, or DNF. Automated workflow means when we are doing a patching, we use the DNF or yum command. After we hit the enter, then our patching will start. CI CD pipeline that apply patches after testing. Now, kernel live patching. What is kernel live patching? Kpatch is a kernel management tool that allow kernel patches to be applied without rebooting the system. What is kernel live patching? Means the Kpatch is a patch management tool for kernel patches. With the help of this, We apply patches without rebooting the system. How it's help it help us reduce downtime, maintain service availability, apply critical security fix quickly. Now we are seeing that what are the main important things when we perform the patching activity. Linux server patching is a critical part of the system administrator. When do correctly, it improves security, stability, and compliances. Automation and best practice make patches safer and more reliable. In short, when we perform the Linux server patching, we have to keep in mind most of the major things, that is your disk space, what kernel version is running in your Linux system, then schedule a backup before taking the update of that Linux server. Then after patching, you have to maintain what kind of version Linux patching will do, how many disk space system taken. These are the basic things you have to perform before and after rebooting the server. Now let's start to do the patching activity. Here you can see what kind of Linux version we are using. See, my Linux version is Red Hat Enterprise Linux release 9.4 Pillow version. First, we check my subscription status is unable or not. We use a command subscription-manager register command. With the help of this command, we can register our RHEL OS with Red Hat portal. We use our username. This is my username and I am type my password. After entering the password, you can see the message the system has been registered with the ID. The system register name is localhost and is fetching the certificate and repos from the Red Hat login portal. These are the easiest way to register your RHEL Linux with Red Hat portal. Also, you can check your status with the help of subscription manager status. Here we can see our system is registered successfully with Red Hat. Also, we can see our repo is properly synced or not with the help of cd/etc yum.repository directory, and inside that directory we can see our system is successfully registered and fetch Red Hat repo from the Red Hat portal. See, the time is properly synced with our local system to Red Hat portal for register that Linux server. Home directory, we use dnf check hyphen update command. See, when we hit the enter with the help of dnf check hyphen update command, you can see the number of packages are coming. See, there are lots of packages are coming. First, we filter that the kernel packages, which kernel packages are coming for update. See, see. First, we filter which kernel package is coming for update. So here we see our kernel 5.14.0-611, that is new kernel version. And what is our operating system version is 9.4. So when we update our Linux server, after that we see our kernel version is changed and our OS version also changed. Means there are two things here updated, my kernel version and my OS version. Means that these are the minor updates, not a major update. There are two things when you update your Linux server, the minor update and major update. Minor update means you are updating your Linux version and kernel version is into the same version. Means now our version, kernel version is running 5.14.0-427 and now it's update 0-611 and my OS version is 9.4 and here OS version shows 9_7, means after reboot the server my kernel version and OS version will change. Now we use dnf update command to patch my server. See, install package is 19 and upgrade package is 258 packages. my total download size is goes to 926 MB. So I am hit Y, press enter to install all the packages for updating my Linux servers. It takes might be 10 to 15 minutes or beyond the 15 minutes to update your Linux server. Here I am using fresh Linux server for updating, but in your case you are working into the production environment. That time the case is different. You, because when you are using DNF update command, that time your download size is goes to beyond 1 GB or 2 GB. So it takes time to download all the packages from that repo. So here we are going to wait to complete my update process. Still stay on this video. Now you can see my Linux server is patched successfully and it show me the complete message in our command prompt. Also you can see what are the my latest kernel version is 5.14.0-611 and my OS version is 9.7. First we check how many disk space it use. See, it use a minimum disk space. Why? Because I am only running this patching activity on fresh Linux servers. So that's why it not takes too much disk space. Make sure when you are doing patching activity into the production environment, so your disk space is more than 20 GB. After that, we check our Linux server is required reboot or not, because after doing patching activity there are some kernel level packages running inside the Linux servers. So we check our Linux server required reboot or not with the help of needs hyphen restarting command. See, that command is not found. So we have to install the package with the help of DNF command. DNF install DNF hyphen utils command. Why we have to install this package? Because We need to check after patching our server required reboot or not. For that, we require DNF util packages. Now I am doing up arrow command and check my server required reboot or not. Yes, it show me the message updating subscription manager repository core libraries or services have been updated since boot up. Means that below packages are updated when we are performing the upgrade activity, and also shows the message reboot is required to fully utilize this update. Means our server required the reboot. First we check host name ctl command. In hostname ctl command, it show me 9.7 OS version, but my kernel version still show 0.427. And when I am check with the help of cap command to release version, it also show me 9.7. Only kernel level update not working because my server need to reboot. I am reboot my server. You can check here our server going to reboot and it shows two kernel version. My latest kernel version shows me 0-611. Now my server is going to boot. It's load all the libraries related to the Linux servers. Now we are waiting for the server boot properly. Yes, I am shows the login prompt from my server. I am come to the my putty session and restart my new session. I am type here root and my password. Okay. After successfully log into the Linux server, first we check hostname ctl command. Yes, my Red Hat Enterprise version is 9.7 and my Linux version is 5.14.0 6-0.611. This is my new kernel version. Now we can successfully perform our Linux server activity. I hope you enjoy this session. If you found this video helpful, please like, share and subscribe to the channel for more Linux and DevOps content. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day.